Hey mi gente, in today's video I will be talking about how the white media tried to mess up Janet Jackson's music career. In this video I will be talking about a few white people who played a part of Janet Jackson's downfall in the music industry. Enjoy. On February 1st, the Super Bowl halftime show was broadcasted live from Houston, Texas, and it was broadcasted on CBS network. And chaos erupted. Over 500,000 people, probably white, were complaining about the incident. People from other countries were complaining about the incident between Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake. And even conspiracy theories like, oh, it was a publicity stunt. A publicity stunt benefits both parties, not just one, both. So if it's a publicity stunt, why would it benefit more Justin Timberlake than Janet Jackson? Piensa. Yeah, think. Miss Jackson even went to a few shows to discuss about these claims, and she even clarified that it was a mistake. It wasn't supposed to happen like that.
He was to take and rip the piece off that he did.
The leather piece.
Right, but more came off than what was supposed to.
So he was supposed to pull that off and we just see the red there. And he ripped the whole thing.
Yes.
So he had you practiced or whatever before?
Yes, we did.
And so the moment that happened, you immediately covered your breast because you didn't want to be exposed. If you'd wanted to be exposed, you wouldn't have covered it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Very embarrassing moment.
It was a very embarrassing moment.
Also, there are videos and pictures on that day. It shows evidence on that too. But of course, there's dummies who are going to believe in conspiracy theories. You know what, guys? Let's maybe just go to the part. We're gonna start with the first person I'm gonna talk about, okay? The first person we talk about is Leslieroymoonves. Yes, guys, that man. He's the Viacom CEO. Yeah, him. Viacom CEO Moonves ordered for Janet Jackson singles and music videos to be blacklisted for all its properties. This includes CBS, MTV, and its radio station group, Infinity Broadcasting. This affected Janet Jackson's albums and singles, which include Damita Jo, 20YO, and Discipline. Number 2, white publications like AllMusic, the BBC, Rolling Stone, The Guardian, and New York Times focus on the negative backlash from the Super Bowl halftime show. These writers, for the most part, they focused on the negatives and they started talking about the Super Bowl situation instead of Damita Jo, Janet Jackson's album that came out during that time of the Super Bowl halftime show backlash. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, 4 of these critics are white men, and one of them is biracial. AllMusic, reviewed by Stephen Thomas Eroni. The BBC, reviewed by Ian Wade. Rolling Stone, reviewed by Neil Strauss. The Guardian, reviewed by Alexis Petridis. The New York Times, reviewed by Khalifa Sanel. Number 3, the former First Lady, Laura Bush. Yes, former President Bush's wife. She had so much to say a few days after the incident. This is what she said in 2004, okay? What it represented was a kind of television viewing that you don't want little children to see. It was at a family time of day, a time when many Many families are watching the Super Bowl. I cannot with this woman. I'm not even gonna go in depth with her response. Oh my God. All I gotta say is, number 4, David Letterman. Miss Jackson went on the late night show with David Letterman back on March 29, 2004 to promote her album, Damita Jo. But instead of her being allowed to promote her own album, David Letterman chose to talk about the controversy during the Super Bowl for 15 minutes straight. Yes, 15 minutes. He was urging her to talk about the Super Bowl, and not only that, he had the audacity to talk about Michael Jackson's issues.
To the time the episode took place during the halftime show.
I don't want to relive any of that.
All right.
I mean,
You don't mind if I ask you some questions about it, though? First of all, you knew it was going to happen, right? You did know it was going to happen.
No, I didn't.
You didn't know it was going to happen?
No, I didn't.
So it came as a complete surprise to you?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, it was truly an accident. It wasn't a stunt.
Was not a stunt?
No.
Was not premeditated?
No.
Was nothing that you had rehearsed?
No.
Yeah. So how did it happen? What exactly transpired?
Dave, you're gonna make me relive this. I want to put all that behind me.
Well,
I truly do.
Well, not me. And this is obviously a difficult period for the entire family with Michael's problems, isn't it?
Yes, but we're not going to get into that.
No. But you mentioned getting strength from your mother earlier.
Yes.
And I would think that now more than ever, this is quite a time for the family to rally and show support and strength generally for one another. Is that how it's worked?
Yes, we've always done that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
what does that have to do with his sister? What does that have to do with Janet? What does that have to do with her? Why you have to mention about his issues? Like, what the fuck? Why are you keep persisting to talk about the Super Bowl? Are you kidding me? What does that have to do with Damita Jo? What does that have to do with that? Number 5, Justin Timberlake. Well, why Justin Timberlake is number 5? Okay. So, you guys already know February 1st, 2004, the Super Bowl halftime show. Who was alongside her? Justin Timberlake. They performed a song together. It was on Rock Your Body from Justin Timberlake's first album, Justified. It was the part when he was like, I'ma have you naked by the end of this song. He pulled off her right patch that was covering her right breast. He wasn't supposed to.
Do you think in any way that Justin Timberlake left you hanging out there? I am speaking to Miss Jackson. Do you?
Well, all the emphasis was put on me, not on Justin. And Justin, we were friends. And not that we aren't now. We haven't spoken, but I consider him a friend, and I'm very loyal, and friendship is very important to me.
Well, Justin Timberlake recently talked about the incident. Did you know that?
I heard that.
Okay.
Justin Timberlake hardly faced any backlash in 2004 after the incident and further on, because in 2006 he released his second acclaimed album, Future Sex Love Sounds, which did well with album sales and single sales. His album ratings by music critics are high, and do not mention Super Bowl the moment you read the articles. He got invited to the 2004 Grammys while Janet was not invited. Do not get me started on his explanation on the situation of the Super Bowl halftime show in 2006 in an MTV interview.
Yes, it's safe to say neither you or Janet anticipated the reaction that it got.
Well, the other thing is too, I mean, it's an understatement to say that it was sort of unfair if you consider it 50-50. I mean, I probably got 10% of the blame, and I think that says something about society. You know, I think that America's harsher on women, and I think that America's, you know, unfairly harsh on ethnic people.
Thank you if you made it this far. I appreciate you. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who supported Janet during these difficult times in her career. 2004 through 2008 and further on, you count too for supporting her career, hearing her music, supporting her. Especially, I have to thank the Black community, because we were the main force of supporting. We really stood our ground. I mean, most of us, because there are a few coons. I mean, there are a few people who try to be, you know, on that side of colonization. I also gotta thank the non-Black people who supported too, whatever race, ethnicity, nationality are. Thank you for supporting Janet during these hard times in her career. We proved the white media platforms and the haters wrong. Yes, we did. Today's featured comment. Thank you for your comment.